Victorians, I'm Jing Jie. I was from the VS Wushu team. I'm also a SEA Games gold medalist. I graduated in 2010. Let me share with you my journey back when I was in Victoria School. There are two things that are most memorable to me when I was in VS. The first one is when the Wushu team was asked to perform for the 130th anniversary. Former President Mr. S. Nathan is actually an alumni to the school. So it's definitely an honor and unforgettable experience to be able to perform for him. The second thing is, during my last year in VS, I was actually awarded the Sportsman of the Year. Of course, I was really happy back then, but I didn't really think much about it. But now, come to think about it, it's actually quite a big deal because my name is actually engraved at the back of the school hall, and I'm really glad that a part of me still remains in the school until today. When I was a member of the VS Wushu team, the CCA was actually newly established. We don't have ideal training grounds unlike now. We actually train on hard grounds right beside the pond. Back then I was really playful, so I actually fell in the pond once. So please be careful if you are still training there. But at the same time, I have really good seniors who were really passionate about Wushu and were really hardworking. So they inspired me a lot. The teacher in charge back then, Mr. Randall Xiao, took really good care of me and was really supportive of the whole team, even though I gave him a bit of a problem. So I think this shows that the whole team has a really good and strong fighting spirit, which inspires me a lot until today. Wushu is basically my whole life. I've been in this sports since 6 years old, so it has almost been 20 over years. So I was known as the Wushu boy in my class because I was the only student who is taking Wushu as a CCA back then. Right now, I have my own school and I'm teaching younger students. So I think the school values and culture really shape my life. For example, the school vision to be a gentleman, professional and sportsman, you see, I can still remember. I think this relates to what I do now because I'm not only imparting skill set to my students, but also cultivating values that I think is as important too. To be honest, I didn't have much choice to take up other CCA. I was the first DSA for Wushu, so when I entered VS, I had to take up Wushu as my CCA. Believe it or not, my stamina was actually super good. You know, Mishika actually wanted me to take up cross country as my CCA, but I couldn't. So I think when I was in VS, there were times where I was really distracted. You know, I wanted to try out other sports. You know, I wanted to give up Wushu, but I'm glad I didn't, and I stuck with Wushu. I think this is all because I had supportive teachers around me. I remember there were one point of time where I went Bali for a competition, and when I came back to the airport, some of the teachers from the PE department were actually there to welcome me back. So I was really touched by what they did, and I remember it until today. So I think this whole supportive environment in the school is important for me, which makes me want to pursue Wushu in many more years to come, even after I graduated. Some words of encouragement and advice would be to really enjoy your time in VS. I would like to go back in time to be a Victorian again, and here are 3 words for you. Nil sine labore, nothing without labor. This is also a school motto. I know it's a bit cliche and probably you hear these 3 words every day in school, but it relates to me even until today. There are times where things don't go away and you face a difficult situation, but I believe as long as you stay grounded and continue to work hard, you reap the fruits of the labor. So Victorians, stay focused, continue to work hard, and I believe you'll achieve something great one day. Happy 145th anniversary! Yay!